3.3 FM, K277CR, Durango, Colorado. Keep an eye on the Animas River as the Pirates of Penzance land in Farmington this July. Gilbert and Sullivan's Comic Opera opens July 7th in Lyons Wilderness Amphitheater with performances Thursday through Sunday through July 31st. The show features pirates, policemen, and absurd adventures. There's more Jolt-worthy entertainment coming in August when Andy takes the stage at the Farmington Civic Center. Find out more at visitfarmingtonnm.org and jolt your summer. KSJE is proud to support the Summer Terrace Concert Series, Saturdays at the Farmington Museum. The San Juan College Concert Band, Saturday, July 23rd. Grant and Randy featuring country music, Saturday, July 30th. The Summer Terrace Concert Series at the Farmington Museum, 3041 East Main Street, Saturdays this summer from 6 to 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Cop Shop. I'm Nicole Brown, the PIO for Farmington Police Department. And with me, he didn't take vacation, he didn't go on a trip, Chief Hebbe.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Right by your side for one of our most important shows in our entire time together.
For me, anyway.
For me, it's another show.
It's just another show.
It's 3 years together that
Yep.
we've been doing this show. Nicole was scared of the radio, scared of the little people that we have that stare at her and intimidate her into silence. And she's come 3 years later. She's the professional that you see before you, but it's her final show.
This is my last episode of Cop Shop.
At least as official co-host.
As a co-host, as the public information officer for Farmington, I am moving on to be the director at our dispatch center at San Juan County Communications Authority. I start there on Monday. So Friday I'm a PIO and Monday I'm a director.
So, we hired her away from the dispatch center 3 years ago, and she has decided to go back now as she was a supervisor out there when she left, and now is going back as the director. So we're proud of her. We wish her well. We know we're going to continue working closely with her up there, but it means that her fun, frivolous nature on our show is coming to an end, and this will be the last episode that we do. So, so what are your big memories of your 3 years with the PD?
Oh gosh, learning lots of new things. I had to learn a lot of new skills and just a whole different career, essentially, which I would continue to do. I love being a PIO. This is a great career. If you are at all considering it, jump in. If you think it's for you, you should do it. I have loved it, and I especially have loved working with FPD and with you. And I would not be leaving if I wasn't going to my ultimate dream job. So.
Yes. Well, when we first got you, we sent you to some training.
Yes.
I think we hired you right around the end of June. So we're almost 3 years to the day almost. But we sent you down to some training. And while you were down to some training, there was a national outlet that wanted to do a story on the mighty FPD. And I think I told you, interview with them.
Yeah, you were like, just do it. And I hung up the phone and cried. Not many people know that.
I think she wanted me to do the interview, but that's what I hired you for. Do the interview.
Yeah, I was down in Rio Rancho doing a week-long FBI LEDA PIO training, and it was amazing training. And I am so fortunate that I was able to go to it. And I'm calling my desk phone from my hotel room to check my messages. And at the time, we were searching for Craig Kavanaugh. He was a missing person, and it had kind of hit that national news level. And I had a request to do on live national TV on Headline News Network. And so I call the chief, and I'm like, hey, they want to do this interview. And you were just like, yeah, go ahead. You do it.
She can do it.
I was like, okay, sounds good. Bye. And then I cried. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh.
And then I called Georgette, who was also at the training with me, and my instructor for the course. And my instructor took me out for a margarita. And then she talked with me about the case and what my talking points should be. And when I did the interview, when I called in over the phone to do the interview, Georgette sat with me to kind of help me. But I did great. She didn't have to help me too much. And then every interview after that was a piece of cake.
Well, a couple of months later, then we had a significant issue that went. So this one, I mean, I was more confident because it wasn't an issue of the police are under fire or anything like that. Anything we had to explain, we're just going to talk about the case. So, I felt like Nicole would do a good job at that. But then later on, just a few months later on, we were under fire and we were having to explain what we were doing.
Yes.
And those were more difficult interviews for us. And unfortunately, I wound up doing more of those. But you had to be right in the eye of the storm early on in your career.
I do remember, so we're talking about the school resource officer, the East Force on a juvenile, and it was a huge case that we did receive a lot of scrutiny about, and we were very transparent about, and just kind of owning this is what happened, and this is why the officer's no longer with us, and just we were really transparent about it, and I learned a lot through that case. But what not a lot of people know is I think the Saturday or Sunday before, or no, we released it on a Sunday evening. Mm-hmm. So the Saturday before, I went into the office and I spent all day working and trying to get everything ready and scheduling out everything. And then I spent a lot of time just sitting in my office, just with a pit in my stomach, knowing that we were going to receive the criticism, knowing that that Christensen, the officer, was, his name was going to be all over it, and it was going to change his life, and, it was really going to be a big thing. And so there was a lot of the time that I spent that day just sitting there staring at my screen thinking, oh man, this is big. This is really big.
It was big. That's the thing like Nicole's talking about as far as the position goes. If you want to do something meaningful, it matters to people, and it matters to the department, it matters to our community, matters to citizens of crime, or people that have grievances with the police, how we do our job and the way we release information. And you were in it. You didn't have 6 months to get ready.
No.
We were in the middle of it, and actually in my I'm coming up on 8.5 years as chief. That stretch there was easily the most controversial. We were significantly under fire, and that fire lasted for quite a while. It didn't dissipate in a day. So you were learning on the fly.
I definitely was.
During that time.
And I learned so much. I think I had an idea of what this job would be just from my time at dispatch and being kind of adjacent to the police department. And so I'd seen Georgette at events, and I remember thinking, I saw Georgette at an event, and I thought, man, what a great gig. What a great job that is. Just taking pictures and planning events and having a great time. And then you get into the job, and it is so much more. But I've learned so much about, the machine that social media really is. It's so many people don't interact with it the way that PIOs do. And then media, I shared an article about how to, because, fake news became such a big thing, and how to really fact check articles that you are sharing or articles that you're interested in. And I got a lot of blowback because the on my own personal page, because the outlet that was, the article was from was very left-leaning, very left-leaning. And something that I told people, I said, I don't really care where it came from, because I personally have put out information and watched outlets on both sides completely warp the story. And so I just think that it's good to put it out into the world. This is how you find the true facts of a case or a situation. And so I've learned so much about that. And there really is a lot more to this job that is hard to explain to someone who's never done it. But it does matter. Informing the community about what is happening with the police department and letting the good work that the officers do every day shine through. And so it can't just be about the incidents, the big incidents that are happening. You've got to show, like, officers got an award, or, hey, we helped this, I think we did a duckling or a little rescue, and, like, just things like that. Oh, I saw one the other day that was shared that was really old, was probably one of my first posts. We had a deer that was wandering around Berg Park that had gotten tangled up in swings, and so he had a swing hanging from his antlers, and they had to do an operation where they got him down and were able to untangle him. So just things like that you have to highlight so that your community continues to relate to the police department in a positive way.
And see the big picture that, the bad moments, of course, are easy to highlight. And even if you don't want to highlight them, somebody else is highlighting them for you. But reminding the public that you've got 180 employees that work at the police department that honestly give blood, sweat, and tears for the community. And here's all the things they do. Now, sometimes, we don't do a great job. Most of the time, honestly, that's the chief's responsibility. As the chief, you're responsible for the stuff that happens at your department. So putting out to the public, here's what happened and here's what we're doing about it is important. It's important for your employees, and it's important for the community. It's important to our sense of we trust the police and we feel safe in our community. But it isn't an easy job. It isn't a 9-to-5 gig. We were talking about that earlier. Nicole calls me with wild ideas in the middle of the night. I have no idea why she calls me, but she does. I take that because that's who I am.
Yeah. It was something as we were talking before we came on, that I didn't even realize that we do that often. But we do talk a lot offline, outside of the 9-to-5 or 8-to-5, whatever, about what's going on. And then if you're working for a police department, I have been on call 24/7. If something happens where we need to communicate to the community that, they're calling me in the middle of the night or, on my day off, it doesn't matter. So vacations had to be very carefully arranged. Thankfully, Georgette is amazing and would cover for me so I could take a break and go on vacation. So we're fortunate in that sense that we have that backup and that experience to learn from and help me. But it's been a wild ride.
It is, it's a wild ride. And it challenges you. We obviously work close together. The PIO is close to the chief. You wind up speaking for me on all sorts of different issues when you're out in the community. And so you don't get that by just reading some talking points. You actually you wind up spending a lot of time together. She knows how I think. She knows the direction that we're taking at various projects or that we're tracking a significant incident. So she winds up, kind of, now it's not a big deal for you to talk alone. You're not crying. Now you actually cry if I want to talk with you.
I'm like, this guy. No, I'm just kidding.
That's right.
Just kidding. No, and that is something you got to kind of like you because you do. You work with the chief a lot, deputy chiefs a lot, and so you have to be comfortable with that and be a ray of sunshine.
So it's not just occasionally you're on Facebook and you upload a few photos. I mean, you wind up, especially during significant events, you wind up ingrained with the senior command staff as we're working through whatever the issue is. And when you see me out at some of the shooting scenes and I'm giving you an update, when I'm standing there, she's standing there too. She's the one taking the video. So you're out on different things, but to me, it's an essential position. It's a key position, and I think I've treated it that way. It's key to our communication and our ability to interact with citizens, and that makes it key in-house. You have to be around us. You have to know where we're going and why, and be able to ask the questions that citizens are going to ask, so that we keep that perspective. So it's Georgette kind of developed the position.
She did.
And then did a great job, and now she's the city PIO. And then in comes Nicole, and she's last 3 years with us, and she's ought to be the director of the dispatch center. So I think you can also bank on you're going to more than triple your salary within 3 to 5 years because you're going to work at some other great job after you leave us.
It's a great opportunity.
Well, it's a great stepping stone, is what she's saying. And I got footprints in my hair, but that's okay.
No.
I got it. She's climbing on.
I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And honestly, I feel like the police department PIO is such a great position if you're, like I said, if you're wanting to start in this career because of Georgette, honestly. She built such a great foundation with the police department, and then because she's still with the city, she's such a great resource. And honestly, the other PIOs with the county, Devin Neely, and with the sheriff's office, Christy Hughes, they are extremely supportive. We have a really good working relationship. And so if it's a an industry or career that you're wanting to start in, this is a really great opportunity, this job opening right now, because it's a supportive group that you're going to be joining who can help you when you have questions and really get you on your feet. And you'll get a lot of really great real-time, real-life experience.
Yes. Not
right
all of it'll be
gate.
really great, but it'll all be educational, that's
Yes,
for sure.
yes.
So take a look at the posting. If you always wanted to host a radio show, for instance, there's
you get to be a
one of the side perks of that gig is look how she's risen to almost international celebrity status. So I think Scott has kind of taken it on himself to help us with our show today. We thank you for waiting to hear the show. Of course, Connie Mack was rolling today, and so we bumped back a little bit, but I think you'll find what Scott's put together well worthwhile. So if you're online, take a look at KSJE's Facebook page, and Scott, take it away.
Well, just a little retrospective, we thought, of
Yes.
Nicole's time here
Oh
on,
my goodness,
on Cop
no,
Shop,
you
so we can,
Oh my
maybe...
God, I've been sitting here forever and you didn't tell me you were going to do it.
And, we can see some of the different, first of all, it's the lighting in the studio. I
Yes.
think that has the most changes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of the Nicole look over the years.
Yeah.
But,
There she is.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
you guys. Oh.
Look at that look.
Time well spent.
That almost looks like the look I'd get in the office when I came in and said something she didn't like.
That's a winter look, I think,
That
maybe,
is
because
a
there's a
winter
scarf,
Yeah.
There's
Oh
yeah,
my
that's good,
goodness.
Yeah. And then,
There it is.
Oh, hey, I got to give a shout out to Ranch Dressin. Fallon Taylor, she's a professional bell racer, and she has a clothing line called Ranch Dressin. So that is a Ranch Dressin t-shirt that I'm wearing right there.
Oh, okay.
It says lashes and lead changes. And it's
okay.
one of my favorite shirts.
there you go. The glasses, Nicole.
The glasses, Nicole.
Glasses.
Right.
There
We didn't see
she
that
is.
too often, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, right. And just,
Oh.
shocked Nicole. I think I would caption that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
some
goodness.
things shocked her a little bit.
And then the two of you, of course, because that's how we remember the two of you.
That's
Just-
right.
Laughing and,
and talking to
It was
each
a
other.
good time.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Well, there it is.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank
Yes.
you, Scott. That was very sweet.
3 years together.
I was trying to find some sappy music to go with it, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Memories.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Well, let's get Barbara Streisand.
No, thank you.
Actually, you like karaoke. You could sing Barbara Streisand for us.
No, I like to rap at karaoke because I can't carry a tune.
Well, then there's that. Well, we'll also give another shout out to Candace. She's our hardworking administrative assistant to the gods at the PD. And she's there on Fridays listening to us. I don't know if she was able to listen half hour later, but Candace, I hope things are going well at the office. Take care of it. Make any important decisions that I need to make. Just make them for me.
I'm gonna really miss Candace and Sharon. I love them and working with them, and I'm in my role at dispatch. I will probably still come to the PD for things and meetings, and so I'll get to see them. But I will really miss them. They're wonderful. You have good people.
Yes, it's a tight knit little group upstairs in the admin offices. But Nicole was the outsider for a little while, and now she's a deep insider, and now she's leaving. Yeah, so yada yada.
But now that I am going to be with dispatch, we are hiring and
At dispatch.
at dispatch. So the hiring cycle is open right now. You can apply if you go to the county's website and look at employment opportunities. It's right there. The board, which Chief Hebbe is a member of the board, just approved a really nice pay raise for dispatchers. So they're starting, I think, at $22.59. I think is the beginning rate. And all you need is a high school diploma and be 18 years old, and we will train you. We'll teach you to do everything you need to do. It's an incredible profession. I obviously am leaving a job that I really love to go back to it because I feel that strongly about it. It's a wonderful place to work. The people that you work with every day are amazing, and then it's a great opportunity to directly impact your community every single day. So if you are public safety minded, but you maybe don't want to be out in the field, dispatch is 100% the job for you. Or if you just feel lost, if you haven't found a career that leaves you fulfilled at the end of the day, and you've worked a lot of different places, dispatch could be the thing that you fall in love with, because you definitely leave fulfilled. You leave every day knowing that you've impacted lives and done good things in your community every single day. It's kind of
And you
amazing.
we can't send officers off to calls, can't get people help when they have medical emergencies without dispatchers. So, I know these are tougher times, and I was just reading a CNN story on how police officers, dispatchers, basically almost anybody affiliated with law enforcement, it's hard to find people that want to do the job. So honestly, there's kind of a challenge in front of you. If you sit around and wonder, what can I do that's going to mean something? Here's a job that actually means something, and people increasingly are staying away from it. So now is the time we actually need people to enter. We just started 7 new kids in field training. I call them kids. I think everybody's a kid to me, unfortunately. But we've got 8 more in the academy. So we're a young department ourselves, but dispatch is going through the same thing. We need people to step up and join us in trying to keep our citizens safe. So if you're interested, Nicole's out there. You've had a chance to listen to her for 3 years, or you can listen to the podcast so you get a real sense of who she is before you go to work for her.
Right, yeah.
There's no mystery now.
There is no mystery. I am an open book. And feel free, if you're interested in the job and you have questions, reach out to us either on the Communications Authority page on our Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, or me. I am an open book, and you can reach out to me and I'll answer any questions that I can. And yeah. The posting will close on August 14th, so you've got a little bit of time to get in there. But get in there, fill out an application. We would love to have you.
In other news, KSJE, the mighty KSJE, is hosting Connie Mack baseball, which is back and has started this week.
I know, it's exciting.
It is.
Connie Mack
And
is
right
exciting.
on cue. It looks like we're due to have significant rain showers over the next 4 days. So, we needed rain, so we called a baseball tournament.
Right? It's like our own little rain dance that we do. We break out the bats and get the field looking perfect, and rain.
But you can listen to every game right here on KSJE. And they are, this is year 2 of their foray into live sports broadcasting. So I remember KSJE. We should have that kind of a video retrospective of the 8 years that I've been coming to the mighty KSJE and the palatial luxury that they have now. Scott has built it from almost nothing to this.
If you say so, Chief.
There it is.
That would be some black and white photographs. I don't know if we want to show
Oh,
that.
man, that'd be kind of cool.
The early days.
Like-
I don't need
That'd be
any
cool.
color anyway, so I'm good. So that's it. We are. You will see me again in a couple of weeks. I'll be here, but I'll just grab a random stranger probably.
I won't be here.
to do the next broadcast of it. And
Yeah.
it's been great working with you. We've had a lot of fun.
It has
And,
been. I've
you-
enjoyed it.
You've given me many headaches, but you've also been uplifting. So.
Oh, thanks.
So we wish you all the luck. We thank you, everybody, for watching us yet again, and we'll see you here in a couple of weeks on the Cop Shop.
You're tuned to KSJE Farmington, 90.9 FM. Keep an eye on the Animas River as the Pirates of Penzance land in Farmington this July. Gilbert and Sullivan's Comic Opera opens July 7th in Lyons Wilderness Amphitheater, with performances Thursday through Sunday through July 31st. The show features pirates, policemen, and absurd adventures. There's more Jolt-worthy entertainment coming in August when Annie takes the stage at the Farmington Civic Center. Find out more at visitfarmingtonnm.org and jolt your summer. KSJE is the radio home for the Connie Mack World Series. We'll be interrupting our regular programming to bring you live, play-by-play action of all the games. Join us July 21st through July 30th. We've got the best team of announcers with decades of experience. The Connie Mack World Series on KSJE, 90.9 FM or 103.3 FM on air or online at ksje.com.